Crypto fans, welcome back. Prepare yourself because we're about to delve deeply into one of the most significant developments for Ripple XRP and the cryptocurrency industry's future today. Could XRP reach unthinkable heights following Ripple's 2024 IPO? More and more specialists believe it's not merely possible. According to their predictions, XRP might reach $500 overnight. Although it may sound unrealistic, this is more than just a pipe dream if the correct conditions are met. We'll go over everything you need to know about the SAC case, Ripple's IPO, and how these things could lead to an XRP rally in today's video. This could make the Bitcoin boom seem easy. Let's begin. Over the past few months, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, has hinted at ambitious aspirations for the company's future in interviews. It's an obvious message. Ripple is considering going public, and 2024 might be the year. For those of you who don't know, a private company's first public offering of shares is known as an initial public offering, or IPO. Consider it. The price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general shifted when firms like Coinbase went public. There are significant ramifications for XRP if Ripple, which has close ties to the financial sector, decides to take the same action. Garlinghouse asserts that this shift is more than just a concept and that Ripple has been creating the foundation for it. It's moving. Investor pressure on the business to take this step has been growing. Additionally, an IPO might result in a significant infusion of capital into Ripple and its primary asset, XRP, given the growing institutional interest in cryptocurrencies. However, what makes this IPO so significant for XRP? Let's take a closer look at it. Financial institutions all across the world already use XRP for quick and inexpensive transactions. Despite having one of the strongest and most scalable networks in the cryptocurrency industry, Ripple has never been able to realize its full potential. For years, Ripple has been plagued by the SIC case, but an IPO might provide the company the certainty it needs to proceed, not only for the business, but also for the price of XRP. Let's examine more closely how Coinbase's IPO affected Bitcoin and the larger cryptocurrency market to put this into perspective. When Coinbase went public in April 2021, Bitcoin was already soaring, grabbing the interest of investors everywhere and making news. However, following Coinbase's first public offering, IPO, Bitcoin skyrocketed, reaching over $60,000 per coin and setting new records. Historic turning point in the cryptocurrency industry. This wasn't just about Coinbase. It was also about the confirmation and legitimacy that accompanied it, which was important for the market. Institutional investors and the general public were introduced to the cryptocurrency space by Coinbase's initial public offering. IPO and Bitcoin profited greatly from this increased interest. What if Ripple went public and attracted the same level of investment interest and public attention? More institutional investors seeking exposure to XRP, similar to what Bitcoin achieved, may become available if Ripple goes public in 2024. Bitcoin operates on the same concept. It would be possible to mainstream XRP and establish it as a key component of the global financial system with a respectable, publicly traded business like Ripple. Demand for XRP would rise as a result, possibly pushing the price to all-time highs, similar to what happened to Bitcoin following Coinbase's IPO. This IPO has the potential to significantly boost XRP's price, as well as lead to the SAC settling its ongoing litigation against Ripple, which has been a major obstacle to XRP's market expansion and potential. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, has been arguing with Ripple for years, claiming that the company's selling of XRP represents an unregistered securities offering. This has placed Ripple in an extremely vulnerable position, particularly in the highly regulated U.S. market. However, the SEC is under a lot of pressure because Ripple's IPO may be imminent. Why? Because Ripple will need to make sure that its operations adhere to all applicable securities regulations if they decide to go public. This would compel the SEC to reach a settlement in its legal dispute with Ripple, which would be a significant turning point for XRP and might alter the dynamics of the market. In fact, a lot of analysts think that after Ripple goes public, the SEC will be forced to reach a settlement, which will provide Ripple the legal certainty it needs to build its business and increase the value of XRP. Imagine now that the SEC lawsuit has been resolved in Ripple IPOs, and XRP is ultimately approved for free trading and institutional investor adoption. The price of XRP would then see a huge rally and rise to levels that many have predicted, potentially reaching $500 per coin. It's not a dream anymore. It's a real possibility that might materialize very soon and present a ton of chances. Let's discuss the figures and their implications for XRP. Due to market conditions and investor interests, a number of analysts have already predicted that the price of XRP will rise to all-time highs. Some have even set price targets as high as $500 per XRP, which is a huge amount of money. Although these forecasts may seem audacious and ambitious, they are supported by extremely reliable calculations and reasonable estimates rather than merely wishful thinking. Ripple might revolutionize the game if it goes public and attracts a lot of institutional interest. As the company's prominence grows, its market capitalization may rise significantly. The price of XRP may also rise in response to this expansion and the confidence of the market. Based on the significant market capitalization that Ripple may command after its initial public offering, IPO analysts are predicting a conservative price range of $50 to $500. Let's compare it to other significant players to get a sense of perspective. The price of XRP may easily reach $500 if Ripple's market capitalization approaches that of other significant fintech firms like PayPal or Visa, establishing it as a significant player in the cryptocurrency market. This market cap calculation, which is predicated on Ripple's potential to become a major force in the financial industry, is not a meme. The demand for XRP will increase as Ripple expands, sharply increasing its value. Additionally, XRP stands out due to its distinct position in the market and its capacity to settle transactions quickly and affordably. The token is a serious challenger because of its enormous adoption potential, particularly among financial institutions. What are you supposed to do now? The price of XRP may skyrocket if Ripple's IPO is approved. It's possible that the window of opportunity to buy XRP at a discount is about to close. The results of big businesses like Coinbase going public have been observed. Bitcoin's price skyrocketed to all-time highs. Don't wait for Wall Street to realize what you're doing. Before large institutional funds flood the market, begin hoarding XRP. You may be asking yourself, but isn't XRP dangerous? What if there is no settlement to the SEC lawsuit? In actuality, the market is already setting prices and there is a chance that Ripple may prevail in court and that XRP will eventually be accepted by the law as a non-security. This indicates that, particularly as Ripple gets closer to an IPO, the upside potential is far higher than the downside risk. That concludes today's video. From the rumors of Ripple's IPO to the potential settlement of the SEC lawsuit and the potential for XRP to soar above $500, we've covered a lot of territory.